you. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm your self-appointed Compeer Master Ceremonies for this afternoon. Today's program, as you know, it's not I'm a formal person. It is basically for us to get an understanding of our foundation, LCIF, and how we as Lions can make use of LCIF in terms of service in a much through donations, and 100% of donations is used for service. There is no 5% for administration, 10% for administration, nothing. 100%. If we donate 100,000 rupees, 100,000 rupees goes right across the world, unless it's not physically a grant. So before I proceed, our keynote speaker will be joining us online via Zoom. PIB2 will be joining on Zoom because he was to come here physically, but he has been tired as he had 2 other appointments earlier. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome first Vice District Governor and Keith Gunawardana to welcome you all.
Thank you, Governor. Today we are gathered here for a session, LCIF Powering Land Service. So let me welcome, I think, past international president here right now. Okay. Then the past international director and LCIF trustee, and today a keynote speaker, Lion Vijay Kumar Raju, PMJ. Past council chairman and past LCIF area leader, Lion V. Jayarajan, PMJ. Past district governor and LCIF past district governor and MD 306 coordinator, Lion Vinod Jayawardena, and our compeer and our district governor, Lion Shana Jahla, MJF. And Master of Ceremonies, and across all the past council chairman, past district governors, LCIF coordinators of all clubs, all other officers are welcome to this session, LCIF Powering Land Service. Thank you.
Next is the introduction of our keynote speaker, and it is my privilege to introduce him. Before I do that, I'll just drop him a message and ask him to come. Give me a minute. Our keynote speaker today is past international director Vijay Kumar Raju. He is from Visakhapatnam, India, and is currently serving a 2-year term and has served a 2-year term as director of Lions Clubs International. And Vijay Kumar Raju from Visakhapatnam is a visionary leader with conquering imagination and a leader for excellence, the firm belief that if we dare to dream, we will dare to succeed. Past international director Raju began his career as a techno engineer in the Indian Air Force. He took voluntary retirement to take up his family business. However, the suffering he glimpsed outside the walls of his house moved him. The call to service and to derive a meaningful purpose of his existence urged him to renounce materialistic benefits and channel his life to serve suffering humanity by bestowing noble nurses to serve globally. This selfless desire rooted as a Maisha College of Nursing in the year 2003. Gradually, the Sanctuary of Education branched out into 5 colleges of nursing and 6 schools of nursing and College of Physiotherapy spread over states of Andhra Pradesh. Offering courses in general nursing and midwifery, Bachelor of Sciences in Nursing, and Masters of Science in Nursing. He is currently appointed to the prestigious office of Trustee, Landscape International Foundation, and affiliated with the Landscape International. A life member of the association, past international director Van Raju, has carved a remarkable impression in Lionism as a second-century ambassador. Progressive Well-being Jones Fellow, sponsored more than 100 Lions, chairperson of the Membership Development Committee of LCI, co-chairman of the Lions Day of the United Nations, New York, member of the Headquarters Operations, Finance and Audit Committee of LCI, chairman of the Lions Coordination Committee of India Association, and as the secretary of the Southern India Lions Quest Foundation. He is the first Indian to have served in the Executive Committee of Lions Clubs International. He is also a member of the Red Cross Society, Master Mason Lodge Nicholson's number 81 Grand Lodge of India, East Point Golf Club, and a life member of the Young Men Christian Association. Past International Director Nairaj is a trainer at the international level, Assam area, and national level. In recognition of his services, he has received numerous awards, including Ambassador of Goodwill Award and numerous other awards which are in line with his caliber of being a leader and of being a lion. He's also an entrepreneur and educator. He's a chairman and managing director of 9 nursing institutions, 1 physiotherapy college, 1 placement consultancy, and 2 healthcare institutions. He's distinguished and admired for his exceptional guidance, motivation and inspiration, mentorship, insistent support, and professional ethics. Past International Director Raju and his wife Lance are blessed with 1 daughter and a soulmate Lion. I must say that recently some of us attended the LCIF conclave here in Colombo. And it was there that I, after being alive for 15 years, truly understood what we can do to LCIF. Because for me also, up until then, LCIF was just to make a donation at the charter to the governor, or to, if possible, make a donation and become an MJ. But truly to understand how we serve through LCIF and how we can connect our commitment of funds to a cause was explained to us by past international director Kumar Raju, and I was delighted that he was humble enough to accept our invitation to address us today. And we are recording this session as well, so that anybody who misses it will be able to listen to him. I hope he's online, not online yet, because I told him 4:15. He's at the moment in the US, just before the board meeting, so I don't think he had any sleep at night. He said he's going to tell everybody that that your government is not letting him sleep. So I just try and get to him now and get him out because okay. He has said to just give him 10 minutes that he will be online. So just it's a little while for the ID to, it will be worth the wait. So let me.
Presentation will give it. There are any questions related to LCI and raise them. All right.
Will continue to call a call that rings louder for fighting childhood cancer, to being a beacon of hope for the blind, for massive gains in combating diabetes, to being to LCIF comebacks in human history. And I was just one more person to answer the call. LCIF is a global force for the good of humanity, supporting the efforts of more than 1.4 million members in United communities across more than 200 countries. For over 100 years, wherever there's a need, there's a way of growth, local, getting it done, sooner. So we can finding new ways to serve the communities from a safe distance. This too shall pass. And when it does, Lions Clubs International Foundation will continue to distribute grant money for the most. And more on 40,000 dollars from the globe will continue to answer the call.
Shall we bring our keynote speaker on the screen? Good evening, or rather, very good early morning, PID Vijay Kumar. Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. So
Thank you.
welcome to LCIF awareness program by Lines 1606A1. We are extremely grateful and humbled that you accept our invitation to join. And now the stage is all yours, PID.
Oh my, so soon. Thank you. Friends, good evening. District Governor Shiana, most respected past international president, PIP Mahendra Amarasuriya, our area leader, Mahendra Pereira, immediate past area leader, PMCC Jayarajan, MD coordinators, members of District 306A1, club officers, coordinators, and friends. I'm extremely delighted to join you all virtually from the International Board of Directors meeting that is being held in Minneapolis, USA. I was excited when your governor sent me an invite and information that you are all having a wonderful program about LCIF in your own district. To my mind, LCIF is not a different organization. It is your foundation, and in my view, that's your greatest strength in empowering the club officers and clubs service. Well, having said that, it is equally important for us to strengthen our very own foundation. For us to utilize our foundation in empowering our work, that needs to happen all around the world. I must thank you and congratulate you for the wonderful work that you have done during the last 4 years, especially last year. In spite of all the challenges that you had in your country, you still stood by the foundation in achieving our goal of Campaign 100. Well, you made all of us so very proud that Isame could hold its head high by achieving its goal as high as 91%. Well, we have been going through a lot of challenges, and both economically, politically, and many other fronts. But at the time, it is our foundation is, and lions are more needed in Sri Lanka than ever before. Well, what is our job? Foundation's job is simple. Its mission is to empower Lions clubs. Its mission is to empower volunteers. Its mission is to empower partners to improve the health and well-being, strengthen communities and support those in need through our humanitarian service and grants that impact lives globally, and encourage friends, peace and international understanding. Well, we all have different stories with us. When our community need us, in fact, we have our foundation. We have our foundation to help us in taking things forward. Let me tell you a few things. How are we planning to expand our global causes? We have a global cause that's about vision, because we are a world leader in the effort to prevent avoidable blindness, and we are diligently working with Lions clubs and local partners to help provide the local capacity building, such as training, medications, treatments that are needed for those eye diseases, to provide disability rehabilitation and education for all, for which I seek 2 helps from you. Please donate or ask for what you wanted it. We also have another vision about our own youth. We are committed to providing youth and young adults with opportunities to succeed, for which we have the Lions Quest program, provides young leaders, young people and their educators with tools to make positive choices, well, resisting drugs and alcohol. And I want all of you to learn through this service and become, create a healthy young man and woman around you. Well, disasters have been part and parcel of life, and whenever a disaster struck, we respond immediately, providing funding to address this preparedness. Well, Lions do take action in their communities, working face to face with the people to serve, and we support the wide variety of humanitarian efforts implementing, coordinating by Lions, and give grants increase of scale of effectiveness. And our biggest challenge now is the diabetes. LCIF is providing support to help Lions educate the public and establish programs around one of our new global causes. So do its childhood cancer. Across the globe, too many children are being affected by cancer. We are helping Lions establish programs and provide a greater service and access to carry for those diagnosed, giving hope to them and their families. Well, not the environment. We're working with Lions to preserve our planet, knowing that the health of our local communities and environment affects all of us. Our goal is to help establish a sustainable future for generations to come. Well, last but not the least, we do have a challenge of hunger, and we help provide healthy meals for the hungry and work establish strategies and greater capacity for communities in which food is scarce. These are our global causes. Well, I'm sure your clubs and all of us are working towards same objectives and same as global causes around. It's important for all of us to take steps towards that. First, I strongly believe that we give to help others. Make every club a plan. What exactly you want to do with your communities, how you really wanted to help your communities. A group of clubs can come together, or a district can plan all together what exactly you wanted to focus on. When you know that, discuss, deliberate. We have leadership that is sitting in the auditorium who will really help all of you to pursue your dreams. Take necessary steps to get these possible support from Lions Clubs International Foundation. We would give grants as high as $150,000 and beyond. And we also expect some kind of a matching grants, which you are to be very well prepared, because partnering makes all this very successful. When I was there in Colombo last month, when I discussed with all the governors and MD coordinators and the leadership of TO6, there was a great concern for your, the child nutrition or a malnutrition program that all of you wanted to do. I did see a couple of emails in the last few days that all of you were committed to take this project forward. I wish you all the very best. And I promise you from the foundation as its trustee that whatever the best that I can do for you, we will be able to support in your endeavors in making this time, Sri Lanka, a better place for the children to be, more nutrient than others. Friends, I would only request all of you. Charity comes from home. It starts at home. So it should start from you as a lion. As a lion, you should start giving something to your foundation. As a leader, please remember, this something could be as small as a $50 per person. As small as $100 could be a lion share, and little more, if you can afford a Melvin Jones Fellowship. Apart from the recognitions that exist, I'm sure my friends will speak to you about all these things. All I'm saying, in order to get something, it's important for us to focus on the cause, and the cause needs you, me, and our foundation. Let all of us work together, in pursuing the aspirations, and the leadership team, the district governor team's vision for all of us to make a better place. Definitely, I appreciate Governor Shiana and others and the vice governors for their wonderful effort in creating this program. I wish you all success and wish you all the very best in taking this training forward. Good luck, Governor. Thank you very much. Once again, my best regards to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PID. Thank you so much for reaching out, for speaking to us, and making us understand how our service can be augmented through LCIF and then is our foundation try to make the creative at home and how we can make better use of our foundation to serve our own people and our country. I'm really grateful to you. It must be like really early in the morning, so either you got up really early or you didn't sleep at all last night. Really appreciate that, and thank you. And maybe we'll give you a louder round of applause. Can you hear all the way up to the US?
Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. I wish you all the very, very best, Governor.
Thank you very much. So we will-
I may be excused.
Yes.
Thank you very,
Excuse. Thank you so much.
thank you.
So what we're going to do now is actually impromptu, but I know he's extremely ready for it, so I will do it anyway. Past Council Chairperson Lan Jayarajan was also prepared to speak to us in the eventuality that something would happen in terms of technical issues. Governor Jayarajan or Council Chairperson Jayarajan, would you like to emphasize a bit more on what PID said, maybe in terms of how we have worked, how we can donate, and how we can better use LCIF, and thereafter we go into the panel discussion where area leader and MD coordinator and government will ask some of the questions. Sure, we can go.
Good afternoon, everyone.
We actually well ahead of time. 15 minutes.
Okay, fine. Normally we say, I think Sunday time like this, it's a little bit of boring for everyone.
They will give a coffee.
Yes, so they have given a boost by giving a copy to us. How many of you are okay with it? All are okay, good. So how many of you know what is LCIF, please? It's Lions Club. LCIF is an official foundation of Lions Clubs International. Lions Clubs Foundation is an official foundation of the Lions Clubs International. What is the difference between Lions Clubs International and Lions Clubs International Foundation? Foundation is US. LCI is US, foundation is also US. Next. Right. When you look at it, it's Lions Club International Foundation is a charitable arm. It relies on your donation. Purely, it relies on your donation. How it relies on your donation? You might know that a lot of projects that we are getting into Sri Lanka. Then we get, how many, in your district last year contributed 18,300 US. On that, more than 50% was contributed by past international, 9,300 US dollars. Rest or $9,300 from more than 1,800 lands. Maybe I must say last year we got into a big program like initiated by us, Council Chamber of Sri Lanka. And it was a very successful program. And the biggest contributions came from 361. It's more than 140,000 US dollars. 125,000 US dollars. 80, 121, 86,000, 81 or 88,000 dollars from B2, 60,000 from B1, and C2 is about A2, C2, and A1 are almost like less than 20,000 dollars. What we did from all this money was contributing hospital equipments to the pandemic. So that's how it relies on your donations. Established by LCIF. This foundation established by LCIF in 1968 and now continue serving. So you might know the foundation is established in 1968 and since 1968 $1.2 billion contributed towards the world. So it's $9.3 million to cataract surgery. That is our major area. Quest program in other 5 countries. 40 million disaster, $40 million were given to disaster. 100 million for child immunization program. So the foundation has given all the money, $1.2 billion. On that, Sri Lanka got 15 million US dollars. Sri Lanka got 15 million US dollars since 1968 for various projects. When you talk about 15 million, the biggest amount we got for tsunami program in 2004, so 7.5 million US dollars. 50% of it for the world's largest program. That is LCIF International's largest program funded to Sri Lanka, 7.5 million US dollars. So that's one of the biggest program conducted by LCIF. The difference between LCIF International, LCIF International Foundation is not like other NGOs. It's totally a different one. The LCIF, the other NGOs will come for a designated for program. They come over to Sri Lanka and they do the program and they go on. But LCIF International goes through the lines, the strict lines, and do the project and be with them forever. That is the best part of the LCIF International Foundation. The other thing, LCIF International Foundation has to stick down and say, never take single penny from what you contribute towards the foundation. They 100% they give back to the public. They 100% invest into a project. The membership dues, what you give doesn't go here. The membership due you gives, it goes to the administration. It doesn't cover anything to the foundation. Foundation purely relies on your donation. Whatever you do, you might ask sometimes whether last person we can give $1. Yes, you can give $1, you can give $10, you can give $15, you can give $1,000, any amount of money you give, it will be credited. For an incident, I will say last year, a lion who gave 200 rupees. That money was credited to LCIF International Foundation on the same one time from a lion. That is also we tried and we got a result. We just speak on from our experience on this. So it's not the matter how much you are going to give now. But in return, you might ask, sometimes clients will ask, what are the benefits that we are getting from LCIF International if you give some money? Okay, you give some money to some other foundation, you will be recognized. You will be called and that. But LCIF Foundation can't do that. But on behalf of them, area leader, district coordinator, district governing office, all of them, you will recognize. So don't worry, the money, whatever you give to the LCIF Foundation, goes back to the general public in the way of projects. You might ask sometimes, if I give money, it's supposed to be various world. Now, my mind. No, it's not that. We got 6-7-fold of types. Sri Lanka would have given 1.5, about how much so far?
So far, 2.7.
2.7 million. And we got how much? 15 million. So whatever we give is coming back to us, and whatever the other countries are giving also coming to us. So don't worry for anything. In other way, now last 2 years that we are trying to get whatever we are giving, it's 100% coming back to us. This year they organized malnutritious project to cater the school children. All of you all know the most important thing at the moment is the school children. Those are the future of our country. Those are the assets. What are we going to? They are going to feed the children next year. So the India, I think from January they might be start the program, and that program will give more benefit to the country. So it's really worth for involving with LCIF. Now, most of you all know the LCIF grants. What are the grants that we are giving? See, matching grant. We have matching grant, disaster grant, hunger grant, Leo service grant, Lions Quest, district and community impact grant, childhood cancer, diabetic, and site first. I will just say some the matching grants. You can see in Camilla School that you all applied for a grant that we got in the project chairman was I think past council chairman Fernando, and we got in this whatever the amount that
Yes, we can use them.
yes, and it's easy to talk like this. I think, and no, can you go? Smoke car. Okay. Can you go back? Yeah, the matching grant, as I said, when you invest, project cost is 100 rupees. Lions Clubs International will give you 75 rupees, 25 rupees from our part in way of local funding. We have to show them 25 rupees to get 75 rupees, apart from the donations, whatever we are giving to international. That is for our involvement with the project. If somebody comes and give 100% and we just forget the thing, when we invest something into it, we definitely involve it. That's what the 25% coming to see our involvement with that project. That's what I told you, not like other NGOs. Lions Clubs International Foundation always there to help you through the Lions. Other NGOs, I said, it comes for a designated course and they once finished, they go back. But Lions Clubs International Foundation is not like that. They just serve through the Lions at the district and they don't come direct and serve. They go through the Lions like you all and they invest and you also take a part as a partner and foundation also partner and foundation is yours. Totally your project. So you also involved in that project. Disaster grant is you all know normally when the disaster occur in country, district governor in office can apply for it and you will get it, or he or she will get it $10,000 immediately within 24 hours. If a district governor send a mail to Lions Clubs International, the particular officer goes through the newspaper online and see whether it is there. It has occurred the disaster and see the number of people who are displaced or whatever it is. And they immediately grant $10,000. With that $10,000, district governors are requested to use the once approved. District governors can use the district fund to do the project. If disaster happens today, if they waited for the fund to come 2 months back, if they do a project on that time, it is really not good. So what if you are, I think the district coordinators are here and district people who are going to involve with this. But this is most important. When disaster occurred, once applied, and if you get the reply from international, okay, use your district fund to do it. And once that fund comes, you can reverse it. Hunger program, I think hunger program I explained to you. Next year we are going to start a hunger program. So that is going to work for the future of our country. So everyone, you all can take this program to your clubs and you can talk about it. Request Lions to contribute whatever they can. Each meal is going to cost is about 80 rupees. So think, how many of you all goes to club? How many of you all goes to your beauty
parlors and all that, think of all those things and cut down small amount. 80 rupees on it, invest on it. Small thing I'm asking. A person who goes to kiosk and asks for a cigarette, it costs more than 100 rupees. Cut one cigarette and invest that money, one cigarette cost into that. Future of the children. Think about the future of our country. It's maybe, it can be happen to me, it can be happen to you, it can be happen to somebody. But all we are in one room, better invest 80 rupees on a day. If count 80 rupees on a day, it comes about on a year, it's about 32,000 rupees. It comes only another $50,000, another $50,000 or $100 maybe. If a person can invest $100 on a year to a school children, it's better course that you are thinking of. Next is Leo service program. Leo district can apply for $5,000, which district through district government, Leos can apply. The other one is Lions Quest. Now the Lions Quest program is on in Sri Lanka, and they are trying to conduct this program through TV program. And district and community impact grant, when a club contributes $5,000 on a year, they will get back 15% return to your club to do a project on the following year. That you can keep it for 15 years, these funds. You can keep this fund for 15 years. Every year, whoever contributes $5,000 will go into this. Childhood cancer program. Now already we have 3 projects, and some more projects are going to come. One is at Maragama Cancer Hospital. The second one we started at Kennedy. Third one at Indira Cancer Trust. I think your district is involved in Indira Cancer Trust program, and one floor of that program floor will be invested by Lions Clubs International Foundation. Diabetes, the pilot program conducted by 306B1, and one program is going on at 306A1. I think it's over. The diabetes. Third installment is you all got it, and you are conducting that program. So that program is a new program which came into effect from 2018 I think onwards. It's a very good program. Those are the important things. 1 in 10, or the figure I think 1 in 10 are diabetes. You need to educate them on diabetes. That's what after long conduct, Lions Clubs International Foundation has conducted a survey, invested millions of US dollars into it, and they included the new global courses into this. The CIFS program, which was conducted for a long period, we invested. I think we have 4 hospitals in Sri Lanka. CIFS program, the CIFS program. First one is in Hendala, second one in Panadura, third one in Ratnapura, fourth one in Kadava. All 4 hospitals are doing it, and these are the programs, and I was just grant types. I told you what are the grants that we got. Also, I explained it's fine. The local matching funding, I told you that 75-25, the club and district ND level can invest in the projects and they can apply for the project specifications, technical review, and involvement. Kindly visit Lions Clubs or grant toolkit for details on each and every grant. You will get a detail. So this is the best one. So just go through that website. You will get all the details about grants. You can request if 3 or 4 clubs join together in a particular area, in a village or in a town or a district, in a province. I think it should be within your district. 4 or 5 clubs together, invest in a program, request district governor to apply on behalf of the project. So this way also you can, it's not the matter. You can invest $15,000, $20,000, any amount. If your club has about 5 lakhs, you can invest for a 20 lakhs project. So these are the projects types that you all can conduct. It's very easy. Project, if your club is giving 5 lakhs here, 5 lakhs for a program, you have 5 lakhs. You can ask another 15 lakhs from Lions Clubs. You can do a project for 20 lakhs. Think about it. It's a good program when you think correctly. Next. This is most important. Okay, strategies and recognition. Next. Next. Okay, when you give $50 to $99, you will get the lion's share supporter pin. If you give $100 to $199, you get lion's share supporter 2-star pin. If you give more than $200, you get 3-star pin. This is lion's sharing program. Even you can invest. You might have, I told you that in terms of return, they will give you this. If you give $100 on a year, Lions Clubs International will send you this pin. When you are sending $100, please put your club number and your membership number. That's most important. If you are giving your contributions, please request your club president or treasurer to put your membership number, and the club number is most important. If your club number is there, it's easy to identify your membership. If your membership number is there, it goes onto your name credit. Next. Likewise, if you give $100 over a 3-4 years time, when you reach $1,000 or you can give at once $1,000, you will get a MJ plaque like this, recognition plaque, along with a pin where you can wear. Be presented to those who donate or have donated minimum of $1,000. If you don't on an installments, you can pay. That's year is not counted. You can give even 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It doesn't matter. Some people can't afford to give $1,000 at a time. So you can request them to give $100. On $100 also, you can give day by day. Just request your club president or treasurer, give 100 rupees or 200 rupees, 300 rupees. Every day, put it in a till box. In a week's time, you give to the club treasurer. You don't need to go to the club. You just send it, deposit to your account, through your account, transfer to your club account. So you tell your club treasurer, accumulate that fund for a year or a month or weeks and send it to Lions Clubs International. Next. So likewise, every program level, you get a pin. This is when you complete it for $50,000, every $1,000 you get a diamond attached level pin like this. Next, above 50,000, you will get every individual pin, 5 individual pins up to $10,000. Every $10,000 you add on. When you go to 60,000, you get this one, 70, 80, 90. When it comes to $100,000, you get the diamond pin. When you invested $100,000, you will be given an additional title, humanitarian partner. Then that is called humanitarian partner. The program level there is continuing up to 26 individual things, and it goes up to $1 million. I think in Sri Lanka we have 2 donors who have completed $100,000. One is past National President Mahendra Amarasurian. The other one is past board appointee Greshan Gunawardena. Next. Not only that, club presidents might think only Lions are getting recognition while clubs can't get it. Clubs also will get it when a Lion completed $1,000. First, you get a badge like this, Lions Club Fellowship Foundation badge. Thereafter, every year, every Lion contributes, you get a tag. 2017. 2017-18, likewise. If it is 22-23, if you contribute at $1,000, you get a patch. 22-23. They put a year and then you can paste it like that. When it comes to 100% Melvin Jones covered, you get a club banner like this. Every club meeting, you can put that banner. Club name here. You can see 100% Melvin Jones Club, progressive Melvin Jones, step by step, you get. We have at the moment 100% Melvin Jones Club in C1, one club, B2 2 clubs, C1, C2 3 clubs. It's 100% member contribution. If a club contributes $50 per a member, $100 or other $50, you get a benefit slide. These are the 50, 100, 250, and all that you get. Right. Now, club participation challenge and 100% member participation. That is the most important. Every member must take part in this program. First, you must talk about what projects. You tell how much what foundation is doing to Sri Lanka, but in return, how much we want. Not in return, how much they invested in projects, and then say how much we gave so far. Then you request them to contribute a small penny. I'm asking $1 from a member, or $100 is the minimum. So if you all can invest something towards it, at least million children can benefit from this. Any. So I have allocated only 18 in this covered. Now, if you all want any clarifications, any doubts, you can ask. Area leader Mahinda Pereira is here. Coordinator, multiple district, Javagan is there. Kirti Gunawardhan, your vice governor. There.
Thank you, past the chairperson, past area leader, LCIF, Rajan, for that. Last, very informative. So before we proceed, I'd like to formally introduce our distinguished panel. We will start with our homeboy, first Vice District Governor Land Kirti Gunawardhan, area leader of LCIF area leader, past District Governor Land Mahinda Pereira, MD coordinator for LCIF, past District Governor Land Javagan. So this is going to be more panel discussion, and what we will do, there are a few questions, some fairly simple, which we will pose to the panel, and then thereafter we will ask our area leader to give some insights in the possible big project or the biggest some of the projects that land will undertake in Sri Lanka. So one of the questions that came up basically is, and of course that was answered by Jayarajan, whether there is a minimum contribution a lion needs to make. So you answered saying there is no minimum contribution.
Even $1 can contribute.
Governor, to become an NJF, the payment is $1,000, not a payment, it's a donation. Donation to the foundation of $1,000. You get recognized as a Melbourne Fellow, you get the Melbourne Speed, and you get a nice plaque, and you are thereafter referred to as an NJF Fellow. Can this be, can it be paid in installments, or do we have to pay once and for all?
Installment base.
So is there a time limit? Now, say for example, if I want to get an NJ, if you can explain?
Now you can contribute
Okay.
part by part payment.
Okay, I'll
That's completed, $1,000.
Yeah.
Then will be,
We have this on there.
Yeah. Easy coming, we can.
Okay.
So, Sharma, we have a good example from our own district. And Dushant. Dushant is someone whom we have. Dushant, are you here? You know, he's one person, you know, I canvassed him. He said, don't have $1,000. I said, okay, no need $1,000. Then there is a form that called commitment form. So you can commit any numbers, like even if you don't commit also you can do it, but you know, you can commit and do it. There is a frequency that you have a commitment, then you can go ahead with that one. So Shanti is one person, you know, who contributed 100 at a time, $100. What he did was he paid that straight to the cabinet treasurer, Janathan, that time, and eventually he became a MG.
Better way, LCIF coordinator clerk can undertake this job. You can, every meeting, you can take 5 or 10 minutes of the club time and speak to the land and educate them or awareness program. We conducted an awareness program about LCIF. That is the best way of promoting this program. You know, most of the life might ask, why should we give it to India? No one knows what is the value of it, why we are wearing it. It's a proud, you know, it's more proud than wearing a lapel, lion's lapel. You have contributed towards a cause. Don't you think it's, I don't know for which you pay $100 or $1, whatever it is, it might go to somewhere in the world and some person will be benefited from your part and they will bless you. The blessings is unknown. Nobody knows where the blessings are coming from. So it's something, you know, you are investing. You might invest the money to South Africa. The money which you are given would have gone to South Africa. Somebody would have given money from Taiwan would have come here. We got 6 times more than what we gave. So we get more from others. Our money is coming back to us.
Because we donate only 2.7 million, but we receive 15.2 million. Balance amount, like maybe about 13 million from not, that's not from our money. So others' money. So we are benefited. Are benefited from Pakistan, we are benefited from other countries. So that's the beauty of LCIF.
I'll just give you some valuable things on this. You know, last time. Yeah, 360,000 US. We the Lions Clubs International Foundation. That is the highest amount in the history. We are trying to surpass that this year to 400,000. That is the achievement that we are.
Yeah, Tusita,
400,000 US.
can't hear you. Tusita,
Can you hear us now?
I can't hear you.
Just a minute, we'll check on that.
And
Tusita,
Tusita. Yes. He will go there. Right? So now I stopped at 360,000 US. All that $360,000 we got in track. Apart from that, last year, whatever the projects money we got in, addition. In 1,000 Oaks program, we must thank to our partners, Chairman Sri Lanka. So that's the way that we got it. The final amount that we are going to distribute switches to the government hospital, 56,800 US dollars. And then we gave, apart from that, while we doing, past international president Amar Surya requested India to get some medicine. We gave 30 million US dollars, apart from this, Lions Club, the foundation and all. So we gave we invested a lot of money into this. Apart from that, we got Indira Cancer Trust, we got 60 million.
$150,000.
150,000 US dollars. And we got 100,000 US dollars. Candy cancer, 92,000 US dollars. See how much we got it. We 360,000. Abhi deal above Aragon. Abhi when we abhi Aragon. We damn world more than 300,000 US dollars. So it's 100 times more. So we got like that. So you can use the club coordinator for this program. Club coordinates and then see no plans. It's 3,000 rupees in a mass. Here they get 36,000 rupees. It's 100 US dollars per month. That is the best way of conducting this program. Or for a week, 500 rupees or 600. That is easy for a lion to give. That's the easy way of doing it. Other countries are doing like
In time, we received 56,000 with different rate. Earlier it was 202, 210 per dollar rupees. Now we received 56,000 US dollar came from USA at rate of 365. Because of that, dollar rate has been.
Thank you. We have our international president online and on video. PIP, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Right. Yes. Do you want me to come in?
Yes, PIP, if you can give some special remarks. After that, I will be requesting our area leader and our MD coordinator to speak a bit about the designated program we want to launch. But before that, if you could please speak with regard to LCIF, our involvement and the service, that would be great.
Yes, Governor Shana, I must congratulate you on your enthusiasm in conducting this conclave of sorts, a seminar on LCIF, and also getting our international trustee, past director, Vijay Kumar Raju to participate. I have listened to most of your seminar, and I find that the speakers have given very interesting, important information regarding contributions made by Sri Lanka and other countries in India and South Asia. So I don't want to repeat what I said already. What only want to say is that we have received more than $15,000, which is almost 10% of the total amount received by ISAME, India, South Asia, Middle East, of which India has received the largest amount, over 111,000, I believe. And Nepal next, 17,000 odd, we are the third highest. Considering the fact that over the years, we have not contributed that substantially to LCIF, I think it's a great achievement on the part of our Alliance of Sri Lanka and also the LCIF staff and the LCIF board of trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, we got an overview of the different types of projects by our veteran LCIF person, past council chairman, Lan Jayarajan. I don't want to go into those also in detail other than to mention that we have received a large number of matching grants. You all know what matching grants are, standard grants or matching grants where we are supposed to contribute 25% being from the developed world and LCIF will contribute 75%. I don't want to go into details, but Sri Lanka over the years has received a large number of grants. Then comes the disaster management program. There again, I think countless number of grants has been received. As you know, we have had many disasters, floods, earthquakes. And the worst, of course, was the tsunami disaster, for which we received a record grant of over 15 million US dollars, which was used extensively, used under very good monitoring and supervision. So I am just only mentioning because certain of you, some of the new lands may not be even aware that we got so much of money. Then we come to hunger, which is a relatively new area. District Governor, unfortunately, I also want to draw your attention to a report on October 1st, Daily Mirror business page, negative portrayal of Sri Lanka hits tourism sector hard. Once again, negative portrayal of Sri Lanka hits tourism sector hard. The tour operators are complaining. Here it says on the highlighted, campaigns by UNICEF, Lions Clubs International, Sri Lanka, and various INGOs, that's International Non-Government Organization, using pictures of undernourished African children have worsened situation. In the text of the article, it says, the campaigns carried out by UNICEF, Lions Clubs International in Sri Lanka, and various NGOs to collect funds to feed the children in Sri Lanka using pictures of undernourished African children on their publicity material have worsened the image of the island nation. This is the slide to Sri Lanka Association of Inbound Tourist Organizations have made this comment. So I'm not trying to, I'm not making a response to that. I would expect to make a response. Before that, I would like to find out from anyone here in this audience today, which covers most of the leaders of 306A1, whether any club that you are aware have done this using pictures of undernourished children from Africa to promote funding for Sri Lanka. And China, I don't want to make it a controversial issue, but we have to respond to this and we have to be sure that no club has done this.
It's
Can
not
I
from
have your
anyone.
views?
It's, I saw that campaign is not done by any Lions Club or your club in Ava.
Okay, not in A1. So before we give a response, I would like the multiple chairman or I myself can give a response, but I don't want them to come back and giving evidence that some club or some lion has done this. So that is off the cuff, but that is not so important. But it can be, it's negative publicity for Lions Clubs International, Sri Lanka. So in other areas, of course, Lions Quest you have spoken about. We were about to launch this project on October 1st, but due to some technical problem, the launch didn't take place. Till the very last moment, we were launching it, but last moment, on the day before, 30th September, I got an email saying that they are not launching the program, but that they'll be telecasting. I don't know what they really mean, telecasting some of the programs on the 1st. I wonder whether any club or district governor Shana, did you view any of these programs?
No PIP, there was a link that was sent to me, but I didn't go into it because it's pretty much a full day. There was just a link sent. There was no explanation or instructions along with that.
Okay. Childhood cancer is an area in which multiple district has really been very active. The multiple district C1, Binura Jayawardena Governors District, did a extension to the Apeksha Hospital for the patients, parents and other relations to be able to come and reside overnight so that they can be near their children. That project was completed and it was handed over to the Apeksha Hospital. Then there's another project in the cancer area, ladies and gentlemen, conducted by 306B2. District Governor Kaushalya Rajapaksa got involved in that project, involved in collaboration with the Indra Cancer Trust. Indra Cancer Trust was established by former speaker Karuja Surya's daughter, whose other daughter died of cancer. And that trust is doing a lot of wonderful work, and they are constructing a center outside the perimeter of the Apeksha Hospital to carry out again accommodation facilities for parents and children who are undergoing day treatment, but who are from faraway places, and also a certain amount of research on cancer in Sri Lanka. Our district B2 undertook to construct one whole floor. The project was approved by LCIF, and I believe it is an ongoing project. Right, that is an overview of what was said. In the field of diabetes, unfortunately, we are not utilizing the facilities available. Each district can have 2 projects in this area, diabetes. But as far as I know, there's only one project that is ongoing, and that is undertaken by 306A1, project chairperson being Dr. Sarat Samarage, well-reputed medical practitioner who has been working in the government sector and also international organizations and that project is proceeding, we have to give approval for the report, next report, for them to continue. I thought of giving this information because people are not aware of what all the lands, especially the new lands, may or may not be aware of these projects. And that is very important to keep them aware. I don't know whether LCIF coordinator Mahinda Pereira could organize some sort of newsletter online, giving the information of ongoing projects of the district and the multiple also, because when you come to Lions, it's not only our district, it's the whole of Sri Lanka. And when something happens, Lions' name is the one that is either publicized or criticized. So we have to use whatever is going on in the country in the name of Lions, where good things are being done. So I propose to Mahinda Pereira to give maybe just a short informative online newsletter telling the Lions of Sri Lanka what is going on, what the projects that have been approved and the ongoing projects, so that people are made aware. As you probably know, as all of you may have been told by some people, there was a question as to why should we send money to international in dollars when this money can be utilized very effectively in our own country. That is a misconception which has to be overcome, because we are sending money for the whole world, no doubt, but we have got, as you can see, more than 6 times the amount that we have contributed. So if we are part of an organization and part of a trust, LCIF, Lions Clubs International Foundation, we must join this foundation by contributing. And when we contribute, irrespective of what we contribute, we get in return a tremendous support in financial terms from a great foundation. Now, if you realize that when you say that in the last, from 1968, I think, to date, we have got 6 times the amount that we have contributed. So that must be stressed over and over again. Otherwise, we may, certain naysayers, certain people who are critical might reach you and give bad publicity about this whole program of contributing towards LCIF. Not finally, then there's Site First. As you know, Site First and Site First 1 and Site First 2 was to be money to be raised for site-related activities. We did make use of those monies. All our hospitals that we have established, Panadura Hospital, Ratnapur Hospital, Kadavata Hospital, have at times got very, very substantial grants to improve the facilities available. Although these hospitals were started with our own contributions, we have received a lot of money, lot of funding for equipment, and also for making them not only site-first hospitals, but comprehensive site care hospitals. Now, we were told by Vijay Kumar Raju that the site-first funding is coming to a close, and they will, very soon, they might close the site-first project, and therefore it is extremely important for us to make any applications on site first as early as possible, as quickly as possible. We are also aware that immediate past district governor Amal Pussalage of district 306C2 has launched a project to construct a hospital in the Horana district. He has got the land. Land is ready. He has got created the trust. He has drawn up the plans, and LCI have approved the plans in principle. But there was a miscommunication, as a result of which he could not get it as a designated grant, because site first grants, ladies and gentlemen, site first grants are not given for constructing hospitals normally. It's not even just given for initiating or starting a hospital with new equipment. The hospital must be on the on track, having conducted about 1,000 surgeries before LCIF will give any financial support. But this was considered a special designated grant, and we were trying to get approval for that. Also, Kadavat Hospital has received a grant to invest in a sophisticated new machine. There too, it's held up because Kadavat Hospital also has to raise, I believe, 100 million US dollars in order to get that project to a fruition. Right, then I get into getting on to contributions to LCIF. I don't know, some of you may or may not have followed American politics, but when Barack Obama ran for president on the first occasion, he was young, he was relatively unknown and inexperienced in American top-level politics, and he had to contend with very strong opposition from the Republican Party. He could not match the huge fundraising grants given by very rich Republicans. Instead of which, he went at the grassroots level and he encouraged contributions of $5, $6, $10, small amounts, but ultimately his popularity increased so much that he was able to raise more money with small contributions than his opponents were able to make with huge contributions by supporters of the Republican Party. So Democrats, ground level, were not as rich as the Republicans, but they were able to make small contributions. So that is what we are asking for, ladies and gentlemen. I know it is almost impossible, I won't say impossible. It's very difficult for a person to contribute 365,000 rupees because $1,000 at 365 becomes 365,000 rupees. So there are some people who can very well contribute because we got some fantastic contributions last year from 306 C1, where they, I think, contributed altogether 150 Melvin Jones fellowships. So it's not impossible, but difficult. So that is why we are requesting you for small contributions whenever possible. Even $1, $10, $50 would be greatly appreciated because they will be accumulated in your LCIF account till you can receive a Melvin Jones fellowship when it comes to $1,000. So my friends, don't get worried about this $1,000. Contribute what you can, when you can, so that the whole all together we'll be able to use to be able to contribute a substantial amount. Now, last year we were able to use a new strategy for collection. Designated grant, that is a new grant that was evolved by the Lions Board of Trustees of LCIF. It was designated, money was designated for a specific urgent need of an area. We had this COVID epidemic and our hospitals in Sri Lanka were much in need of very vital equipment. So we had the 1,000 Hopes project and designated it. Designated means that the money, when sent to LCIF as Melvin Jones fellowships, it must be at least $1,000 each contribution. We get the money back to the country to be used. At the same time, those people who contributed receive Melvin Jones fellowships. Now that was totally successful and we were able to multiple, our friend Mahinda Perera, past district governor, was delighted at the response to the 1,000 Hopes project, which was an outstanding success. So that this year they have Binara Jayawardena, past governor, and Mahinda Perera, with the help of others, Dilini Gunasekara and Susanta Caldera, has evolved a project because we now the most urgent need in Sri Lanka now is to try to alleviate malnourishment. You have read the papers, you have watched TV, you know that all international organizations, UNICEF, World Food Program, United Nations, all have assessed independently the food security situation in Sri Lanka, and they have come to some very serious conclusions. They say that every 4 people, latest is every 4 people in 10 are food compromised, which means they either don't have 3 meals, they have 2 meals or 1 meal, or whatever meal they have, they do not take the necessary nourishment, especially nourishment that is required for a person is assessed and estimated, and most people are either starving or taking absolutely just enough to fill their stomach, irrespective of the content of the diet. So it's very serious. And our committee has got together with the Ministry of Education, and we are launching a project. Again, we are calling it 1,000 Hopes to alleviate malnutrition. Now that project has been applied for, and we are hoping that we'll be able to get you, all of you, to contribute towards the project, because we have been allocated, 6A1 has been allocated a number of schools where midday meal will be provided by the Lions through the education department scheme, where selected suppliers will provide the meal, a nutritious meal in keeping with the menu prescribed by health authorities every day of the week, first day, second day, and so on, for 5 days, different menus, very, very nutritious and also very tasty meals, because our Lion Mahinda and Lion Susanta Caldera have gone personally and tasted these meals, and they say that the meals are not only nutritious but very tasty, and all the children eat every scrap of that meal and they leave nothing left over. So this is the project we are trying to get into. When we are hoping to, we have already plans for it, which needs the involvement of Lions clubs. So Governor Shana will allocate certain clubs in our district, certain schools, and their role would be to visit the school at least once or twice a week at the lunchtime or the time that the schools are giving the lunch. Some people apparently give the meal in the morning when children come, because some children faint when they come to school in the morning, and they are given this meal so that they are given basic nutrition to survive. And it is said that some children are coming to school only to get this meal because they don't have any other meal at home. So it's a very, very deserving, very, very serious problem that we are having. And all of us must get together to prevent this serious problem of malnutrition, which will have an impact, not only immediately the children being hungry, but over the coming years as a result, because they will get stunted, they will have other abnormalities, and our future generation will be of poor quality if our children are not given the basic nutritious meal. So my friends who are here today, some of them may be presidents of Lions clubs. Our governor will allocate certain school or schools to you, and it is your duty to at least visit at least one Lion, visit the school at least twice a week, to ensure that the food is delivered, that the food quality is maintained, that the children are able to utilize this meal, that children become interested in eating this meal, because the meal is tasty, meal is good. And we just can't leave it to a supplier to supply the school. We have to do the monitoring. And Governor China will allocate these schools to various clubs. And then we expect you to please do the needful, go to the school and supervise the meal. At the same time, my friends, Lions of 306A1 who are present today and who are not present, please make a point to contribute at least $10, $15, $20 to LCIF, because all those contributions will allow our district. Governor Shana has given a target, I believe, of 50 Melvin Jones Fellows this year, which would be, in my experience, the highest contribution by A1 from the time A1 began. So it's a very challenging target. She has a big challenge, but she is up to it and she is determined to achieve it. It can be done only through your assistance, your cooperation, your involvement by contributing whatever amount you can afford to contribute to LCIF. I wish you all success in your Lionistic efforts this year, more especially if you are getting involved in this malnutrition alleviation project of the multiple district. Thank you, Governor Shaina.
Thank you, PIP, for your comments, for the detailed explanation. Clearly, the Mahinda is not going to speak now because
I think,
PIP has got everything really well.
Yesterday I had, with my company in marketing. That the meeting, we collect 2,500 within 1 hour. Because this is a real concept. Canvas. If you think you can, the particular one club, Kalamko, the highest engaged members are in this club, they contribute within a day 2,500 US. One came from 1,000, one came from contribute pledge $100, $50, $100, $50. And it doesn't go then the marketing. So likewise, this is the high time to protect our future. Please contribute as much as possible. I don't ask $50, at least $5. $5 so much. $5 so much. Please, you have a car degree. 4,900. Can you eat 4,000 at the no, you can't eat. At least 2,000. 2,000. Sorry, 2,000. $5, $10 for 4,000. If you contribute $10 from each and every member of A1, how many members?
1,700.
1,700 into $10. එක ඩොලර් 50කින් ළමයිට කන්න දෙන්න පුළුවන්. බෙදන්න රුපියල් 80 අපි 80 ළමයි ටාගට් කරන්නේ ආණ්ඩුව දෙන්නේ 60යි. But we make it because you know because of the inflation rate for same margin, so we make it
1,800 lines into $20 is 36,000.
36,000 into 80 divided by 80. How many days you can give meal for our poor children? This is very emotional. සමහර ළමයි උදේට කන්න නැතුව එන්නේ. ඒ වේල විතරයි කියන්නේ අම්මා රට තාත්තා බේබද්දේ ආච්චි ළඟ හැදෙන්නේ. එහෙම ළමයි කොච්චර ඉන්නවද? කොළඹ දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ කඩුවෙල ග්‍රාමය කියන්නේ කොළඹ දිස්ත්‍රික්කේ. ඒ වගේම කනිෂ්ඨ විද්‍යාලය ළමයි ඉන්නේ 97යි. 97ම ඉස්කෝලේ. ඇයි එන්නේ? උදේ කෑම කන්න. ඒක මොටිවේෂන් ෆැක්ටර් එකක් ඒක ළමයි ඉස්කෝලේ ගිහින් යන්නේ. අනිත් එක yeah. When there's a need, there's a lion. So we have to act like a lion. We have to make our contribution. Yes.
Ladies can part. This program can be taken by the ladies. Line ladies can take this message to the club. Mothers can take this message. What happened? I can give a small story. We same like when I remember when he was talking about in my club, my home club, Lions Club of Column Capital City. We ladies, line ladies participated more than 20% of the club. So about 8 line ladies came for that meeting, and all 8 ladies were pledged $1,000 each for this school. When we spoke about this program, $8,000 we pledged, and already we got $2,000. We just spoke about this and discussed about this. We want to give this message before launch day. We just spoke to them and they gave this. So definitely at least $5,000, $6,000 we will be the need to grasp for this program.
Thank you.
Can I just It is easy for you to understand what is thousand of program is. Now, how the thousand of program here is, we have 16,000 lands, each land to donate 1,000 rupees. And get each land to get 10 friends to donate 1,000 rupees. So that means we will get 165 million. So that 165 million is enough for to our target is 10,000 children. There's no 10,000 once we can take the once by mistake. So what we are trying to do is after the success of 1,000 of program, we got our friends to donate 1,000 rupees or whatever the amount. And when they donate that amount, they just say, for example, my friend is donating. So he will say, the sponsor, not sponsor, he thinks that the donor gives you our name as a it's a sponsor. Sorry, introducer actually have money. So then the international will consider as a donation from me for immediate contribution. So if they consider as a contribution from me, the international amount is somebody to be recognized as a immediate contribution. That's only for that purpose. But the money is what I give them, and that money goes to it. So that you can see for you because it's you have to encourage the people to donate to this program, that we can get a contributor. At the same time, we can tell the alliance. If your friends are only and you can be recognized as a by the international as a alliance. That's all. That is how we were successful in that. There are a lot of lions who got their friends to donate, and the donors put their lions names as person who introduced them. So then they were.
Thank you, PCC. So we are kind of on time. Okay, be all and end all. I'm not a parent, right? But there are parents here. None of our children, including my nieces, go without any meal. Right? අපේ සාකරට ගෙදර ඉන්න බල්ලටයි පූසටයි දැන් ගෙදර ඉන්න ළමයිට වඩා කැමති. So we have applied for this designated grant where we can start this program to feed school children in Sri Lanka. There are about 2,000 schools that are not covered by the government program because we don't have money. And they are from Colombo all the way down south, even in our own district. මොරටුවේ ඉස්කෝලයක් තියෙනවා ළමයිගේ වැඩේ දීලා වතුර බොනවලු ඇයි වතුර බොන්න යන්නේ කාලෙම එන්නේ. That's why they serve the meal sometimes at 9:30 in the morning because they faint. It happens in the temple on top of my road where we cook the meal and give to the children because they faint in the temple when they come for Dhamma. So this is far more emotional than anything we have done. And it's a long-term effect if these children are not going to be given meals. And now it's in our hands. From the multiple, we have looked at $400,000 a year to run the program across the multiple. From A1, yes, we're looking at least $50,000. Let's not worry about the amount. ඒකනේ හිතන්න යන්න එපා. පුළුවන් දේ දෙන්න. 1 year I couldn't afford to go for my school dance. What I did was I cut down on 10 other things to collect the money to buy the school dance ticket. So I'm sure we can do it as lions, as people of this country. So let's make it happen and give ourselves a round of applause for going through all this, sensitive through everything. Thank you very much. I have something else small before we end. As you know, October is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's nothing to do with LCIF, but it is another humanitarian program. The Lions Club of Galkis and Lions Club of Album Bentoda were involved in setting up the factory with Indira Cancer Trust to create human hair wigs for patients with cancer, those who lost their hair. This year, the project chairperson for the big program is Anurag Fonseca, and he was trying his best to try and launch this program somehow in a physical manner this year. So I said, okay, we are having the LCIF gathering. let's try and launch it today. We were actually were hoping PIP would come, but he's unable to make it. But PIP will be visiting your home Monday with the link and the ticket. So Anura, if you could keep it here in front. So Solru Diamanti is the program that we have launched. The Lions Club 6A1 has launched with the Indira Concept with HEMAS, and of course the two clubs that are involved. Pacific Governor and Chandani is the champion of this program. If she could come forward, and if Keith could also come forward, I would now formally hand it over to Anura to hand over the ticket you want to give to launch the official month of collecting funds. 5,000 rupees will give this kit, fund this kit, which includes a care kit for hair and the real hair wig that is donated to women and even sometimes children who lose their hair because of chemotherapy. And those of us who've had loved ones who lived with cancer or lost their lives with cancer have gone through this. You can bring it here. No problem. Put it again. So Governor Jayarajan has very kindly already given, said he will donate. So you could hand over the ticket to Governor Jayarajan and Jayarajan. So thank you, Governor Jayarajan. Thank you very much, and we officially launch our program. And we will bring it up again at our Service Ambassadors Night where Anurag will speak more. But thank you. Our target for this year was 200 wigs, but Anura is somehow trying to raise funds to donate 500 wigs. So let's do as much as we can to make that happen. And Governor Jayarajan, yes, you wanted to say something.
When international president visited Sri Lanka 4 years back, I did last visit, and then I came my governor last year, introduced Indira Cancer Trust in the project site. So where I was invited and they requested for this Indira Cancer Trust building to be built and how to get money in our. They requested on the amount, and the pandemic time we had enough time. Myself, and I think some of you all have got into that program, and with Dr. Lanka, we launched that program. That's how I involved. From that day, I know how much the people who are getting into cancer, especially the ladies and children, more younger girls, are losing hair and they were just depressed. So that's a good cause, I think. It's better, it's used to a younger girls. Those who are getting into this trouble is more into stress. That stress, if you feel it only, you just have to go and see the children who are suffering from it, then you can feel it. I just visited places I saw. That's how my involvement is.
Thank you everyone. You can speak to Anura later if you want to pledge now or pledge to a club. I am very pleased and proud to announce that even before we launched, my own home club, the Lions Club of Colombo host, our president and members are here, have donated 100,000 rupees already towards the cancer week program. So thanks a lot, guys, for that. It is now my pleasure to invite our district LCIF coordinator, Lan Tilakumara, to propose the vote of thanks. If someone take the lead away because he will see another.
Do we have pay to? Pay separately? Do we have to pay separately? Separately?
We are at the end of very valuable discussion with the great man. Being a district LCIF coordinator, it is my responsibility to pay our gratitude to those who are responsible, who work hard to make this event a great success. First of all, I should thank the keynote speaker, the board appointee and trustee and international PID Vijay Kumar Raju for his commitment, staying very far away from us, but connecting by Zoom. He had shared very important points of LCIF with us in a very professional manner. So, thank you very much for his commitment and cooperation extended. In again, our Sri Lankan Pride, our international president, 2007, 2008, Lion Mahendra Amar Surya. Thank you, sir, for your participation today by giving special remarks for this great session. Today, we had a very knowledgeable panel to drive this session in a very informative path. You influence all these participants come out with their problems to get direct answers, and you have given the answers for them. Thank you, LCIF area leader, PDG, Mind Pereira, PCCP Jarajan, MD306, LCIF coordinator, PDG, Vinula Javajan, our first PDG, Keith Kumardha. Thank you very much for your participation, getting closer to our targets. This is there's an unforgettable fact. So our district governor, Shana Jayada, who believe in the power of one. Thank you, DG, being a moderator of today's session, for your great effort to make this today's session reality. You believe that you can, then it became a reality. I'm sure we all know that we also can. So we can go for MJ contributing for this great event. Those who have already MJ, let's go for the PMJ. Let's generate funds for this LCA. I'm sure today we have 35 gentlemen clients here. So they will take up this challenge. They will become MJ or PMJ in future to make this great LCI success. Member of our district who attended to this session physically, coming all the way to Colombo, commitment by sacrificing this Sunday evening, and those who join in Zoom from your residence, even keeping your family away for 3 hours. Thank you for your response for our request. Without your participation, this wouldn't have been a reality. Thank you, Rohan Mangajiva and President Shankar, with your team for connecting all our members by providing Zoom technology. Finally, I wish to thank the staff of the Cinnamon Red accommodating us during this evening. Thank you all.
Thank you everyone for attending. There's a cool drink at the end of the hall if you take to have one. This is the flyer that is going, that is launched. Please share it with your friends, family, and see if you can collect this. There was also a question in the chat as to whether you have to contribute separate to LCI, LCI for the MJF or whether it's through club funds. You have to donate separately. Donation to LCIF is not the donation to club service. Thank you everyone who joined on Zoom. Thanks a lot for being with us. And let's make this happen. Okay, special food, look at the back.
Can we have the LCIF coordinator, district coordinator, Line Kumar? We have a small token of appreciation to our panelists here. Can we please have LCIF coordinator, Line Kumar? Our district governor is here. Yeah, can we have past district governor, past council chairman, Dan Jarajan? Thank you very much for attending and enlightening us on the LCIF. Past district governor, Binara, and also past district governor, Mahendra. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion and enlightening us on LCIF. Those who wish to donate for the big project, we welcome you. Anurag, can you come forward, please? District governor also here with us. Those who wish to contribute, please come forward. Now, yeah. Yeah, Governor Mahi. First Vice District Governor and Kirti is there. Polima Dikwe, that comes Damamenda, Polima Dikwe. Yeah. Can you come? Camera. Can you please take the camera? Thank you very much. Come here. First Vice District Governor K1 Line Kirti. Nazar from Galveston Club, immediate past president. Come. Immediate past president of Lions Club of Galveston. Nazar. Okay, Lions, Lion ladies, thank you very much for attending this program. And now we will terminate the program. Thank you. Recording it. Video close. Somebody.